All right, we are going to demonstrate different ways to do pull-ups. Go ahead, Grayson.
All right, so we have a couple different demonstrations of how to do a pull-up. Now, for most athletes, a pull-up is actually very daunting and very hard to do, no matter whether you're a football player or whether you're a volleyball player. Pull-ups are a lot of upper body power, and they develop a lot of that upper body strength that we're looking for as far as high hand position, but resisting a force. So a lot of our blockers, this is very good for you. Now, if you can't do a normal pull-up, where you're dead hanging and coming back down, then what we'll do is we'll have two different alterations for that. We'll also talk about grip when we're looking at this as well. So, the first one that we like using here is a resistance band. A lot of gyms do have these, but if they don't, we'll show you another option of how to do it without them. What you want to do is you want to find a bar that is appropriately sized for you. So we'll have Chloe come over.
Okay.
You want to find a pull-up bar that when you reach your hands up, you can't actually touch it. So she's just a little bit shy of that. The reason we like using that is because it makes sure that your feet don't hit the ground whenever you're in that full extension. So if you're a taller athlete, you may want to look for a gym that has multiple options. This one will be appropriate for me because I can't touch it quite. And we even have a taller option up here for people who can jump up that high. You want to make sure that your option is appropriate for you. If you're a smaller athlete, a lot of times you can get a box to step up to the bar that's most appropriate for you. If you have resistant bands at your gym, we always suggest to do like a loop fashion, just as we've done here. So what you'll do is you'll take the band, lay it over the bar, thread it through the small hole here, and then tighten it up. This ensures that the band does not come loose anytime during the pull-up motion, but it also keeps it in a small fashion below you, so it's not getting in the way or rubbing you in any way. So, we're going to have Chloe step up on the box. Now we always like using a box or some kind of step to appropriate you closer to the band whenever you're doing this. What we'll have her do is we'll have a partner, if need be, or herself, pull the band down, and she'll put her foot into it. Now she'll push her weight down into it, hang on the bar. Now one thing we want to make sure and notice is that she has her foot crossed over in front of the band. That foot crossed over position, make sure that for some reason if the band gets loose on one of the pulls, it doesn't come out from underneath your foot. So we're locking it on, just like if you were locking your rope on. Now we have her hanging here, and we're going to have her pull as far as she can up, chin over the bar. Now this band's a little bit too strong for Chloe because she needs a little bit lighter one because she can easily do that, but it still gets that full range of motion we're looking for. So we're going to have her do 3 pull-ups. Good. 2, and 3. Now getting back down is just as simple. So you're going to step back onto the box, control your foot up, and then pull it out. We see more injuries from people stepping out of the bands than doing pull-ups because they'll let their feet fly up and kick themselves in the face. So you want to make sure that you're controlling the band at all times.
Good deal.
All right. The next option that we have, if your gym does not have bands, or if the bands that your gym has are too strong for you, meaning the pull-ups you're flying up every time, we have another option, which is called a jumping pull-up. Now, it observes the same fashion that we want to make sure that we have a pull-up bar that's appropriately sized for us. This time, the pull-up bar can be a little bit closer to our height. So this one would be, I would need a little something under my feet, but this would be good for me. So we're going to have Jackie come over, and she's going to show us how to do a jumping pull-up. Now for Jackie, we're going to dial in the height to make sure she does this correctly. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this correctly, you're getting the right height box or right height stack of weights for you. So we'll have her go ahead and step up on the box. Now, a jumping pull-up. What we have her do is, you see she's very, very close to the bar. We're going to have her grab onto the bar like she normally would be doing a pull-up. Then we're going to have her do a squat. And as you can see, when she squats down, her arms are fully extended. We want to make sure that we're still working that full range of motion. Our arms are fully extended at the bottom, and whenever she performs a pull-up, she'll be fully flexed at the top. So, using the momentum created by her legs, she's in that fully extended position, and now she jumps and pulls and brings her chin over the top. So go ahead and show us. And then down. Good. And it's a controlled motion. You want to make sure that you're here, you're squatting, you're pulling up, and you're coming back down, landing to get ready to go into it again. We don't want to see you land straight leg like this. We actually want to make sure that you land coming all the way down and coming up. So show us 3 good pull-ups. higher. There we go. Good. So what you can see on that first one, she didn't quite have enough jump or quite enough arm pull, so that's a good representation of the height and the difficulty that we're looking for here. Now, if we'll come a little bit closer, we can show the types of grips that we're looking for doing pull-ups. Now, pull-ups are technically done by having an overhand grip. So just as Jackie was hanging on the bar before, all right? If her hands are flipped, these are called chin-ups. Chin-ups are much easier. Chin-ups work our biceps mostly. If we do a pull-up form, so flipping the other way, it works our lats and our rear deltoids and our shoulders, which is what we're actually looking to gain strength in when we're in that hitting and blocking motion. Think, how many times do you hit a ball with the back of your hand? None. So you want to hit it with the forward of your hand, so this is why we're training this position. Now, for some people, it may be a little more comfortable to do what we call flip grip. So one hand facing one way, one hand facing the other. Now, this affords you a little bit of both, with strength on one side from the bicep, and still working that same form as well. You can try this one if it's a little more comfortable with you, but we prefer you to try the full grip here. Now we'll go back to our grip again. You can do a thumb open or a thumb closed position. Whichever is more comfortable for you and your grip. Either one will work. Both of them have different reasons for using them, but for whatever is more comfortable for you is more comfortable, whether it be a closed grip or an open grip with only your 4 fingers on top.